What's up everyone, this is Dark Shaman again from Team Ressenburgers, here to do a deck profile of my new format dragons. Although a lot of players are saying they're pretty much dead because the dragon rulers themselves are at 1 and whatnots, but I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, it has its good points and with the new format and all that, so, but we'll see how it goes. I've had pretty decent luck with this deck and it's not too bad against mermails and other decks. It's a pretty good powerhouse deck. It spams a lot of different variety of plays, rank 8s, 7s, some 7s and other stuff, synchros and everything. So, well, why don't we just jump into it? Before I get into it though, there is about maybe a few cards I'm missing in here in the extra deck, but I'm planning to get certain cards. The only reason why I don't have them is, well, I don't have the money for it, or I'm still looking for it right now. So disregard certain cards. I mean, I'll mention it later on. So yeah, so let's get this started. So I run 1 blaster, 1 Tidal, 1 Tempest, and 1 Redox. With the new format, they're down to 1, so can't really do much about that. So yeah, 1 of each. They each have their own search engine card if you need it. But yeah, they each help out a lot with this current format with the new format dragons. I play 2 Mythic tree dragons and 2 Mythic water dragons. Pretty much search them out through Redox and Tidal. And it pretty much performs a lot of rank 8 exceeds. You'll see most people that use this type of play for the Mythic rulers will go into like Felgrand and all that stuff. So that's what this engine's for. You can also go to 7 with this, because if you use Mythic Tree with Tidal, you can automatically make a 7 out of that, rank 7. So that's another thing. I run one Red-Eyes Darkness Metal because, well, it's dragons. Why wouldn't you run it? It's nets you with a free special summon when it gets off. So yeah, I run 3 Blue-Eyes White Dragons. He's mostly the trade-in target, and also if you can also bring him back with certain ways. But you'll see later on why I'm also using 3 Blue-Eyes, other than the fact that you can, he's a trade-in target and all that. I also run now for the tuners, I run 1 Dragunity Corsesca, win target for Tempest, 2 Flamvell Guards for the blaster target. I don't run Debris Dragon, just for the fact that I don't have a Star Eater. So, and plus I don't know, I don't feel like it's a good point on using it in this deck right here, as of yet. So I'm just running the Corsesca for the win, and then 2 Flamvell Guards for the fire. And also these tuners are Cards of Consonance targets. 3 Whitestone of Legend. This searches out the Blue-Eyes White Dragons and add it to your hand. It's a good engine to run, especially as I said, it's certain times when you have trade-in in your hand but you can't do anything, so you try to ditch a white stone, add a blue eyes, and then trade in the blue eyes for 2 extra cards. It's a crazy amount of pluses, I feel. Okay, so now that's all the monster lineup right here. Now for the spells, I run 3 Dragon Shrines. Pretty much what this does is just you pretty much ditch dragons from the deck into the grave, and if the first dragon type monster is a normal type, you can ditch another one. So it's like ditch a Blue Eyes or Flamvell Guard, and maybe ditch a Dragon Ruler or whatever, depending on your play. Let's see, it's pretty much, since Ravine's banned, this is a pretty good card to use. I would run Foolish Burial, but I don't think I have enough room in here, I feel, because most of the cards are necessary. So I'm just running the 3 shrines. I'm running 3 Cards of Consonance, as I said, for the tuner targets, where I can ditch them and draw 2 more. 3 trade-ins, Blue Eyes target, and then also the Mythic Water Dragons are level 8 as well, so it's a pretty good card. 1 MST. I don't have a second one right now. I might switch out a card for it, but for now I'm just using the 1 MST. So yeah. 1 Dragon's Mirror. A lot of people don't use it. There's a few times when I've been able to pull this off and bring out a 5-headed dragon or a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and usually like a win more condition, I guess. So yeah, I just added that in there. 1 Dark Hole, it's a stable card. 1 Different Dimension Reincarnation. Since you do banish a lot, it's a pretty good card to have. I don't have Burial from the Different Dimension or whatever it is, this quick play, so this is my only other card I can really use for it. And since Return is also banned, thankfully. 1 Gold Sarc, banish a dragon, pretty much search for some of your other ones, so like Gold Sarc Redox, grab a Mythic Tree, or Gold Sarc a Tidal, grab a Mythic Water, or try to get one of those tuners or something like that, depending on your situation. Now this is something I'm using right now. I'm thinking about taking them out, but I'm not sure yet. I'm running 2 Silver's Cry. But the way that I'm ditching Blue Eyes and all that, I feel that this is a good card to use. It's helped me brought out my Blue Eyes a few times, although some of the times I don't really draw into it. But other than that, I mean, it's a good card to use for the Blue Eyes White Dragon to bring back. Plus, you don't have to pay anything. It's pretty much a monster reborn. So, and then the 1 for 1. It's mostly just for, like, if you have a dead Blue Eyes in your hand, can't do much about it, and you have this, play it, and then ditch the Blue Eyes and special summon a tuner monster from your deck onto the field, and then start your plays from there and all that stuff. So it's a pretty good card to use. Still trying to test it out pretty decently, and I don't know, since it's at 1, it's hard to draw into it sometimes. So yeah. Now onto the traps. I'm using 1 Castle Dragon Souls. It's pretty good to where you can banish a dragon, power up a monster, and then if they try to MST it, you chain it. As long as they don't chain it on the turn you set it. So, but if you can manage to chain it, you can, like, let's say you banish a Blue Eyes from the grave, power up something, or if you don't even use the first effect, use the second part where if it's destroyed, sent to the grave, just target a banished dragon and pretty much special summon it back. But it has to be face up though, so that's why. 1 Mirror Force, 1 Compulsory, and then 1 Phoenix, and I'm running 3 Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. This card does a lot of work. It's pretty much makes your opponent pretty much I don't know if you can say make them cry a little, but like more on the lines of, oh, you extended so much, why don't I make you go back to reset to 1 and put it back into the top of your deck, or put it back into the extra deck kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty good with certain cards. If they try to Ixie something and then you Phoenix Wing them, then they're pretty much screwed if they don't have an answer for it. So yeah, so that puts the lineup of the deck. I think it's like about 42 cards. So yeah, I don't have a side deck for this, so I'm still trying to get this deck done. So we'll see. Although there are some cards that are expensive, so I'm trying to make this as budget friendly as possible. That's why there's like a ton of cards that are just random, or not random, but you can make a good play out of it. So yeah. So onto the extra deck. I run 1 Catastor. There's always that chance where you get that level 1, and the Mythic Tree Dragon does level 4. So if you ever get into that, you always have at least a level 5 synchro that you can get into. Now for my level 8s, I'm running a Colossal Fighter, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Stardust Spark, and a Crimson Blader. I feel like these are pretty good for level 8s because I get into it a lot, especially with Crimson Blader. It stops a lot of the higher end, a lot of the top tier decks where they try to special summon something that's level 7 or something like that, like Mermails and maybe in a mirror match kind of thing. That just stops them in their tracks, because then it's like, oh, attack, and you can't special summon anything on the next turn. I run the 1 Azure-Eyes Silver Dragon. There's always that time when I'll be able to have a Blue Eyes on the field and then have a tuner and synchro it into it. And then its effect is pretty good too. When synchro summoned, when this card is special summoned, Dragon type monsters I control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. And then once per turn during my standby phase, I can target a normal monster in my grave and special summon it. So I can target Blue Eyes or any of that. So that's all the synchros. I might add in my Red Dragon Archfiend, but I'm not really sure yet. It's in my level deck right now, so it's I'm debating about that. But yeah. So then let's get into the Exceeds. Yeah, I know. It's a Japanese Dracosac and ulti too. But yeah, I would run 1 Dracosac in this deck if I could get it. The only problem is it costs a lot. But yeah, I run 1 Dracosac just because I can make 7s on certain cases. I mean, heck, you just reuse your dragon rulers just by banishing your other dragons, because sometimes you can't even bring them back anyways. If you got a lot of those tuners, you know, banish them, special summon, and then just keep going and all that. But yeah, I'm depending on, I know it's Japanese, so I can't use it, but I mean, it's just a placeholder for now, and it's my quote proxy card. So this is like my replacement, or my the Dracosac card. Lucky Straight. I know this is not a. There's like 1 in a million that I'll run and I'll get into this card, considering with how I banish my my elemental dragons and all that. It's pretty hard to bring it out. Although there are chances, I might get rid of this for a big guy or a Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. It really depends on the situation, on what I can get. So if I get Felgrand, this is going out, or this, because I can't I can't use this in an actual tournament. So depending on the situation. Plus I don't have Big Eye, so yeah. Number 74, Master of Blades. This is the generic one, similar to Big Eye and Dracosac. I always use this one just because, yeah, it's has a pretty good effect, similarly to Felgrand. During either player's turn, when a card or card effect is activated that targets this face-up card, detach 1 Xyz material, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and then I can destroy 1 card on the field. So it's pretty good. Although Felgrand's more of a, you know, continuous effect on the field for that turn. So yeah. For the rank 8s, I'm running a number 15 Gimmick Puppet, Giant Grinder. Sometimes it actually puts in good work. I mean, I do run level 8s a lot, so it's like, oh, Gimmick Puppet, oh, you have a special summon monster, oh, and it exceeds too, you know what? Let me destroy it too. And it also can inflict damage, so that's a good card to use. I'm running one Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. You know, those 8s that I can run. No Divine Dragon, so I'm going to have to make do with these ones. Number 107 Tachyon Dragon, Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. I might, if I don't get Felgrand, I might replace this for another Tachyon Dragon or another Heliopolis. I'm trying to see what I can do right now. So yeah. And the 2 cards that I have that are really random: Blue Eyes Ultimate and 5-Headed Dragon. So the Dragon's Mirror card is mostly for these 2 cards. Usually I go into this more often than this card, but depending on the situation, if I can get through Blue Eyes in the Grave and I need to bring out something that's not an effect monster, this is it. So yeah, this is pretty much the extra deck. Hopefully I'll see how it goes, if I can get something better for some of the cards. But yeah, comment, like, and subscribe to this, and give and let me know if you feel like you can improve this somehow, because I'm all ears to suggestions. I mean, I'm trying to make this budget friendly, so yeah, that's why you see those cheap cards on here. But yeah, let me know what you think of it, and I will take a look and see if I can make some better changes to it. This is Dark Sharner from Team Reisenbergers signing off.